Computer. So what I've done, I haven't done a sneak peek in a while, but what I plan to do is reach out to people in the Challenge Tracker app. And what I haven't done is I'd like to go back through people who have been really active, maybe not this challenge group, like any challenge group that I've done.
Yep.
And I think the Challenge Tracker is awesome because it can really monitor who's been active before. Hi, guys.
Yep.
You see and hear everything?
Oh,
I know if it's kind of weird because my husband's on, so I know that noise is going to take over. But there we go. How are you, Joy?
Hey.
Hey.
I look sideways.
Caitlin and I were just catching up on Team Z, and what's cool is I had a call with Melissa today. I have a call with Caitlin on Wednesday, and we have a call Wednesday. So very cool. Okay, so for sneak peeks, what I want to share with you guys, I'm going to jump into it. I think that's everybody that was going to be on the call today, and I'll record it. But this is something that I have access to from when I hit 2-star. I became a part of this Central Region Leaderboard, which just means if you're on, hold on one second. All right, sorry, I'm just making sure my background noise isn't like coming through. Who knows what's going on over here? So Central Region Leaderboard. Central Region Leaderboard. Can you guys see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this thing gets tagged all the time, and I pull it up. So I get these cool. They go live in here a lot. I'm going to find it. I should have had this up. Sorry. But this girl, it was funny. Joy, you might remember her. She is in, obviously, Central Region. And so she was at our Super Saturday. And what was so funny is she seems so different than in this video, which really makes me feel good because in this video, she is super engaging. And it just goes to show you how helpful it is to walk the walk and act the act, even if you are introverted or shy or think that you're being obnoxious or, whatever it is, kind of just own it. And she was at our Super Saturday. Joy, do you remember the girl that was standing up there with, she was like young blonde? Yeah.
Yes.
So this will be her. Okay, I'm going to go to this. So while I look for this,
So is she from the Central Region then? So she's from Michigan or something?
Yeah, I gotta find out how far away she is because she obviously drove.
To get down. Okay.
Right. So Caitlin's been using Team Z, Melissa's been using Team Z, right? Yeah. Caitlin, will you share real quick while I find this what you you shared it with me, if you can share it with them real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after our last call, I was kind of debating and I'm like, you know what, screw it. Let's go all in. Let's stop holding back. So I got signed up and I for 3 days, I've only been doing it for 3 days completely. And I've signed on 3 new customers. And my coach has actually signed up her first coach, her second coach, her husband's underneath her too. So she's signed up another coach as well. So I've gotten another coach in my run. So I feel like I can feel a change in the wind. I feel like I'm more into it and there's no excuses. It gives you your checklist, like Melissa was saying, it gives you your to-do list and you don't have to put anything out. It's all right there. And it's really, really helping and just making the new connections.
I agree. Joy, have you played around with it yet?
I played around with it a little. I watched your team call about it. I signed up for the free trial, and I have not gone any further than that yet.
Once you get going, it really becomes pretty. Today was a day I'm I'm going to not invite. I just haven't been able to invite a bunch of feelers and but like you'll go, it's infectious and it's really easy. And then there will be days where you're like, I'm literally behind, but I'll just invite 6 people tomorrow or something. And so don't worry once you get started. And it does take that activation energy to like plug in your people. And then from there, it's pretty streamlined. So I know you'll just gobble it up when you do.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's really good. And then Melissa and I were chatting about earlier, we covered how to just the cold market. And this is something that I mentioned to her, and I'm going to continue to mention it to people. But there's a lot of talk about Social Media Builder. Have you guys heard of it? Social Media Builder. I'm pretty sure it's $300, which is why I'm not investing in it now, because I would not use it right away. But it's basically helping you reach out to your cold market in your like page. And it gives very strategic steps on basically how to run ads, not waste your time with ads, which I've wasted time and money with ads, or I just haven't made the most of it. I've spent way more than $300, that's for sure. But it's a great way to basically use your ideal avatar, and it just walks you through all that stuff and helps you run your first free clean eating group or whatever your free group is going to be. So anyway, check it out, Social Media Builder. I'll try to post it in the team page. But I've invested in things early on in my business, and it's definitely something I want to. So I just want you guys to not feel like you have to wait for me to do something for you to do it, right? Because there's plenty of things I've done that Julie hasn't touched because she didn't need to at the point in her business that I did it in the introductory part of my business. So for the sneak peek, this is something that I just gobbled up watching. So I'll just kind of let her take over. And if you don't mind, we'll share and then maybe do some takeaways and kind of talk about our game plan for inviting coaches. But I really feel like this is something that we could do often. So I'm just going to share if you guys are ready. Good to go? Got your popcorn? All right.
Yeah, I'm a 5-star diamond coach, and I have been asked to speak to you guys today about my top secrets to running sneak peeks that actually work, and I am super, super excited. Now, I'm going to keep this short and sweet, but I do want to share with you a little bit of my story so that you really understand where I'm coming from in this business, where I really got connected with Beachbody, and why I'm able to run these successful sneak peeks. So this really goes back almost 3 years ago now, which is crazy. In January, it's like my fitness anniversary is what I like to call it. But 3 years ago, I was living in my mom's basement as a 21-year-old adult. I moved back in. I was 50 pounds overweight. I was a super senior who didn't graduate college, hence the super in debt living in my mom's basement. And I was just a hot mess. I was a hot mess all around. I was not the picture of motivation, inspiration. I had no health habits at all. Very, very hot mess express. But luckily, I found out about this little program called P90X3 that was coming up. And I don't know what made me think that I could do it, but something just clicked inside of me, and I committed. And I did the entire program with my fiance, and we absolutely crushed it. We started it in January, and after 3 months, that's one round, I had lost 28 pounds. We did another round because we were obsessed, and I lost the entire 50 pounds that I had gained, through my college years. And so at this point, and I always tell people, it's not about the weight that you lose. And if any of you have had a weight loss transformation, you know that. It's not always about the weight loss, it's about what you gain. And all of a sudden, I gained confidence, and I believed in myself again. And I believed that I deserved more, and that I was meant to go through everything that I had gone through to get myself to that hot mess point for a reason, to be able to help other people realize that there's an out, right? That if they aren't happy with who they are, where they're at, they have the power to change that. And I got started in this business for one sole reason, and that was because I wanted to run challenge groups. I was obsessed with the programs. I was a living testimonial, and I wanted to help people stop feeling like crap. I didn't have any big, great goals on my mind. I had no dreams of building some big empire of my own. I just wanted to make a difference, and I knew that this was my opportunity to give back. But after about a year of running my boot camps, or challenge groups, I decided that I really wanted to build an empire of other people who wanted to do the same thing. I wanted to help more people. And first off, I can only relate to so many people, and I can only help so many people without going insane. So I knew that I wanted to build up a team of my own. But mind you, up until, so December of last year, December of 2015, I think I was number 3,000 in the company or something like that. Bring it forward to right now, I think actually just a couple months later, I think in maybe May, we were ranked number 20. Right now we're 21. And that's really cool because it really doesn't speak necessarily to me, but it really speaks to my coaches that they're doing well. And something that I'm way more proud of than my high recruiting numbers is my number of success starters and getting them started right. And I truly believe the reason that I have so many people coming into this business and seeing success and helping people in their boot camps is because that is what I lead with. Number one, on my social media, but number two, in my sneak peek. So I have 3 tips for you today, and I'm going to keep this short. If you guys have any questions, you can comment them below, and I'll keep my eyes peeled for them later. So number one, to get better, you must try. To get better at sneak peeks, you must just start running them. Put yourself on some sort of schedule, whether that's 1 a month or 2 a month. Put yourself on a schedule that you are consistently running sneak peeks. The truth of the matter is, the very first one might not be incredible. I know that mine wasn't. But the only reason that I got to a point where they are very, very well run at this point and very successful is because I ran so many of them. I knew that I needed to implement in my business and not always just sit back and learn. And this is one of the biggest mistakes that I see coaches make, is that they take in so much information, they spend so much time on training videos and just trying to like fill their brain with the knowledge that they need, that they never actually take action. And that's the only thing that's ever going to move you forward. So stop focusing on perfection and fail forward. It's the only way you're going to get better. Number 2, facts tell, stories sell. Just like I shared my story with you guys, I share my story in my sneak peek, and that is what I lead with. Because not only is my story, showing that you can overcome, but it really shows why I'm here and what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for people who want to get rich quick or want to make a quick buck off of people, right? I'm looking for people who genuinely want to work the business. They want to run boot camps. Maybe they will want to build a team of their own, but that's not up to me. And I always let my coaches know, this business is yours to make of it what you want. But in my sneak peek, I focus on the story. The very first thing I do is I share my story and I ask for them to share theirs below. My people that are in my sneak peek, so that I can get to know them better. They can start to feel that sense of community. I can interact on their posts. It's just a lot more fun that way. And then number 2, I start going into some of the details, but then I really tie that back into my story. So my second video is just about boot camps, but I'm really bringing in, I did it with my fiance. I didn't have a coach at the time. I didn't know that this world existed when I did P90X3. I don't know how. I was like living in the shadows, I guess, but I didn't know that this existed. I did it with my fiance, and I know that if I had it, it would have been a heck of a lot harder. And that's really why I have this passion for boot camps, is being that support system for other people who don't have that. So that's what I let them know about our boot camps. Again, really tying in that story. The whole thing is story. And it doesn't matter if you have some big phenomenal story or you're just getting started and you're just wanting to build your team. People can relate to you no matter where you're at in your journey. Different people can relate to you than can relate to me. And that is the beauty of this business. There is no scarcity, right? We're all attracting different people, as we should be. You don't want to look around one day and just be surrounded by people on your team that you don't like, or that you don't like, they don't get you. You don't vibe together. You know what I mean? And so it's really important that you're letting them see who you are in your sneak peek. I don't hold back at all. I am loud. I talk really quickly. I've had somebody comment in my sneak peek before, do I have to be bubbly like you? And you know what I said? Oh my gosh, to myself, this person's never going to get me, because this is just who I am. So you don't want to try to filter yourself to appeal to everybody. Just be you. Share your story. Share why you're here. What brought you to coaching? Because that's what's going to bring your people to your team. Now, number 3, my third tip, and this is my last tip for you guys, I'm going to share my format with you. I do not believe that it's important that it's a 5-day, 3-day, 1-day, whatever it looks like. I don't think that the length of your sneak peek is what matters. I think it's the content. I play around with mine. Sometimes I do a 3-day, sometimes I do a 1-day. Honestly, it's whatever I feel like doing that week. And for me, I know that I'm I want it now kind of person. I'm very impulsive. So for me, running a 5-day sneak peek is out of the question. I'm really liking 1-days right now. But no matter how long I run it, the content is very similar. I make my videos fresh every time, but I stick to the same kind of format. So like I said, my first video is just my story. I ask them to share their story. I ask if anybody can relate on any level, and that's it. That's it. My second video is about boot camps because they need to want to run them. If they don't want to run boot camps, if they don't want to help other people, I don't want them on my team. And I let them know that. I let them know, number 3, my expectations. What they can expect from me as their mentor, what I expect from them as one of my coaches. I expect that they help 3 to 5 people in their boot camp every month. I expect that they are ready to commit to our programs, finishing them from start to finish for the rest of their lives, pretty much, right? But I let them know they have to do at least one, and we're going to really build that story together. Now, I also let them know in my expectations that I genuinely believe that the best coaches are the best boot campers or challenge group or challengers. So if you're recruiting straight into the business and these people haven't gone through a challenge group before, it is absolutely crucial that you get them into that experience. So let them know that that's going to be happening. If you're recruiting from your challenge groups, that's fabulous. And then my last video that I do, I have 4 videos total. My last video is simply that I do a live Q&A. I go live in the Facebook group. I have some general questions that I know people ask, like how much time do I need? I always have people like, can I still go to the gym? And I'm like, if you want to. People have like just very, very common basic questions like, oh my gosh, where do I find people to work with? And I let them know that I'm going to help them, learn how to master social media. But that's just their opportunity, honestly, if anything, to get some FaceTime with me. It's not all about having the perfect answers. It's just about getting on there, showing them that you're a real person, showing them that you care. And that's really why I do that live Q&A. Sometimes it's 20 minutes, sometimes it's 40 minutes if they're really chatty. But I just let them know that I'm actually here. These aren't pre-recorded videos that I've been posting for the last 3 months. I really genuinely care about you, care about your future success. And if you become a part of our family, and I let them know we are a close-knit family, you are going to be taken care of. And I do not fall short of that promise. I take great pride in my team. I recruit because I genuinely wanted to have a tribe of people who had very similar goals to me. And so I take care of them and I nurture them and I let them know that I'm going to be here for them as their mentor. But I also tell them I'm not going to be handling you. I'm not going to be dragging you somewhere you don't want to be, right? I will give you every tool you possibly could need to succeed, but it's up to you to take that and run with it. And I set that expectation right up front. But I really think that that is why my sneak peeks not only are successful in terms of really constantly growing my team, but growing it with quality coaches. Do not think about recruiting as racking up successful points or like you want to be the top recruiter on the national wake-up call. It's very easy to get like jaded by that kind of shiny object right off in the past. But what you need to focus on is building with integrity, building for the right reasons. And if you can do that, and if you can lead with you and your story and what we do in our core mission as coaches, you're going to do so well. And I think I have one last bonus tip for you guys because I couldn't leave this out. They are going to feed off of your energy. If you're not comfortable on video, get comfortable. Drink some Energize, listen to some pump up music, jump up and down before you do your videos, because if you're on there and you're really low energy and you're scared and they can tell, they're going to be like, pause, snooze, this is boring, right? You don't have to be another person, but don't be afraid to be you. Like if you were talking to one of your closest girlfriends or friends, how would you be telling them about what you do and how excited you are? You need to speak to your sneak peek people just like that. Those are my tips for you guys. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions, you can comment them below and I'll be keeping my eye out for them. Bye, guys.
All right. Did you guys take some notes and what do you guys think?
I like that she's just herself. She's definitely not trying to be anybody else.
Right on. I will tell you this thing. I've done a lot of sneak peeks and somehow this just seems so relatable. And I think that I just don't think that there's enough time to draw. We lose people with a long post, let alone like a 5-day thing that's not engaging. So she talks about the content. And I think that's with any challenge group that we do for free. We've really got to wow people. And so that's just, I think, relevant to anything we do. But when it comes to these sneak peeks, I did something similar, more just about the story. And I tried to kind of talk about what we do. I don't think I was as organized. And just like she said, you get better and better with this and you kind of know your story and how to approach things. So what I like about it is really that you're going to share your story, which I think we used to lead with, I don't know. We haven't done it through video. So I really like that she does fresh video. And what I'm envisioning is doing an event where we all invite whoever we invite to, and then we go live within that day. And if you guys were a part of the one that I've done before, we did share our story, but I don't think we talked about 2 and 3 as crisp or clean or clear as we could. So I'd like to be organized about that. And then the expectations is really good. Like when you really do set it up, like from the get-go, like, hey, you just have to help 3 to 5 people, just invite those people each month. That's a part of building your business. It really sounds not, obviously it's more difficult than it sounds, but I think there needs to be kind of like, you know, in my experience with Julie, the more she's like, just do it. And it's not that big of a deal. And you just make it happen. The more we like, don't sweat it. And we kind of just get going on it and we get excited about it. And we kind of set that tone for ourselves. So any other takeaways you guys are thinking?
Yeah, me, it kind of sounded like, and I'm sure we've all had a job interview where they really let you know like what is expected at that job, or kind of when you're reading in the job description ahead of time, like, am I a good fit for this job?
Right.
I kind of feel we want to make sure they're a good fit for coaching, and they want to make sure they're a good fit for coaching. I don't know. So it's kind of a good way to give them the expectations like for the job. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it is a professional opportunity as well as a great life experience. And I mean, it is a way to increase your income and connect to people. So I feel like the expectations to me, it just seemed more of like very clearly outlining what actions they need to do.
Totally. I agree. What I haven't seen is how to do this with multiple people. So I'm trying to think that through. Cause I think and this is something that we could definitely brainstorm on, where we, you know, each do our own and we kind of just have the template and kind of share notes. Or we can band together. What we did last time, which I did like, was we all kind of went live and shared our story. And then we could kind of share, you know, this is what I don't want it to be like, then you lose everybody, right? So I think the story everyone could share pretty efficiently, and then moving into what a challenge group is and then expectations. I don't know. I'm looking for some brainstorming on this. What do you guys think?
Can you restate again what
Yeah,
you
like,
were looking for?
if we all were, like, let's say we all were in a sneak peek, we're all in the sneak peek. I've been in where we do our story, and then what I struggle with is when you're inviting somebody, like if you do all 4 of these videos, you're the clear communicator and they're not getting lost. Like if they don't resonate with me, then
Right.
I'm not like talking them out of it, basically. But there's really power in that momentum. And when we did the thing where we shared all our stories, everyone was hopping on people's stories and it was really cool. And I did it with my mastermind group where we were all kind of sharing people we invited to. And it was nice for the story part of it. So I'm trying to think.
Could we create like a image slide and put them in the files where it's like our picture and then just like facts about us, like before coaching and after coaching or something, and then we could say like for more on our stories you could go to the file. Is that something that sounds
So what do you
like to
no.
better live, like if it's just a
Yeah.
little bit, but because like obviously if I would do like about the challenge groups or whatever, my story would take up time.
Right.
And we want to get down to the nitty-gritty about challenge groups, but we want to make sure people resonate with me. So are you saying like I could just talk for 2 minutes about my story and then talk about the boot camps or something, or should we all do stories like first day or something?
I'm trying to remember what we did last time. I'm pretty sure we all kind of shared our story quickly and then we covered different things, right, Caitlin?
Yeah. You know, it was kind of nice. And I think it's kind of a good way to bring in people who, you know how you know those people who you know that they kind of want to work with you, but they're just a little bit different than you. So it's kind of be nice when they see all the different aspects of each one of us.
Right.
They might resonate with one of us differently. And even if we go live and maybe somebody talks 2 minutes, somebody talks 5 minutes,
Right.
the people who are in the group can always go back and watch each video whenever they have the time to do so.
Right.
So I kind of liked it, but you could tell we were shaky. I mean, it was kind of
You.
one of our earlier go-rounds, but I like how she kind of said, maybe you do it every 2 weeks, maybe you do it once a month, maybe we just do it like she said, every 2 weeks. And the more we keep doing it,
Right.
I mean, I think we're going to learn each time what's going to work better. I mean, the only way by doing it is just doing it, I guess, and finding out trial and error.
I almost wonder if we all went live and like limited ourselves to 5 minutes, kind of talk like how she talked and shared our story, why we joined challenge groups, like it takes some energy. So share your story, why you did challenge groups, what you like get out of it, and then what you do as a coach and kind of like why you love it and what you would expect someone who would join your team. And, kind of like I'm trying to think if we could I almost think that if we could say, like, share our story, talk about what challenge groups have done for us and the people that we've helped. And then the expectations, maybe we could all cover something different. Maybe like expectations / myths, or like, that could be something because everyone's different in how you run your business, right?
Yeah,
so you can really say, here's what I envision and what I love about growing a team. And then the Q&A could be something that we all just kind of, I'm trying to think.
So we can't, this maybe is a stupid question. We can't all go live at the same time, right? So like one person would be at like 1 o'clock, one would be at 2 o'clock, right?
Right.
Okay.
Facebook does allow 2 people to be on the same live call. I haven't played with it yet, but I've seen other people do it.
That's what maybe we could just combine. When can all 4 of us go live? When will all 4 of us go live? Like for the Q&A part. Okay. Well, if you can figure out that, then we could coordinate like a time to do it and figure it out and just kind of share.
Otherwise, we could do like just like a standard live, set live times, and then later at the end of the day, set up an open Zoom call for the potentials to maybe hop on if they wanted to. I know Aaron and I will do that with our people in our groups. I mean, we'll set up like one day every other week where we just open up a Zoom call for the people in our challenge groups to kind of ask questions, feel like somebody's there. Like she said, like there's actually a person. It's not just, I don't know, it's option.
I like that idea.
Brilliant. Okay. So we'll all go live. What time works for you guys? Are you guys pretty open on Sunday or not open at all?
Sundays for me, I'm usually off work by 4.
I always think nighttime is good, but maybe not too late. Maybe like, Joy, do you have anything that day? On the 29th? I was thinking like 7. How is that for you guys? Maybe
I just have to work around hockey. I was trying to check the hockey schedule.
What time's the hockey schedule?
I'm having trouble hearing, but
It always is the afternoon better? Well, it's at 4.
it's all frozen. I don't even know if you guys can hear me.
I can hear you a little bit, but you are breaking up.
Yeah, it's getting patchy.
That's better, looks like.
So Sunday, all I have is between 1:30 and 3:30 is hockey. Other than that, I'm open. I'm home.
Okay, so you're free after 4, Melissa. You're free after 3:30. What time zone are you in again? Eastern?
I'm central.
Okay, Central. So it'll be like 4:30. So maybe like after 5 for sure. Joy, is she still frozen? Okay, we'll figure it. I'm almost thinking like we don't want people during dinner. She'll come back. And then it could be something where people are not live. I mean, we had that where people weren't able, they say they can't be on it and then they hop on when they see you like pop up. So, and then they can always watch it that whole week.
Yep.
Joy.
Yeah, I noticed Facebook has been doing a lot of notifications when people go live.
Okay.
So like anybody you follow, or if they're in an event group and we're posting live, yeah, they'll get notified.
Cool. Yeah, but oh, I'll pop on. Joy, we were saying it basically sounds like after 4:30 Eastern time, right? Would that be right, Joy? Gosh, guys. I need to energize. This is why we're not doing it at 9 o'clock on a Monday. Caitlin, oh my gosh. Okay, so Caitlin, that's right. Okay. Joy, how's your Sunday? Oh, Joy's got. Joy, can you hear?
I am here. I can hear you guys on and off.
Can you?
I'm not sure if you
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Okay, now I can hear you finally. I was gone for a while there. But
Aw.
Sunday at 4, I can do it.
You're free after 4?
Yeah, in the evening, yep.
Perfect. Okay, so maybe should we do it a little earlier so then we have time for a call? What do you think?
Like a team call after? Or
Like to open it up for people who have questions.
Oh, we probably lost you on that part. Caitlin suggested doing a Zoom call for everybody to do the
That's
live
a-
Q&A on a Zoom call.
Let's do maybe, try to think, 6, and then, guys, this is where I'm really not a good person because I'm so indecisive. I'm thinking 6 or 7, and then call at like 8.
maybe
Yeah,
like 8.
What'd you say, Joy?
Yeah, I would think after the dinner hour so
Yeah.
they can eat and then, or if they had time to watch the videos yet, then they have a little bit more time. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm fine with whatever.
So I'll do
Yeah,
it.
and then the people with kids, chances are if it's after 8, their kids are probably going to hop in bed too. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
True.
It's Sunday.
So they can actually think.
Sunday. Yeah, let's do. So should we do 8 and then 9, or 7 and then 8? 8 and 9. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, that should work, right?
as long as it works for you guys. I'll have more energy though on a Monday, I promise.
Yep.
Take my Energize and get hyped up, and then have it kind of. And when I did it with my mastermind group, it was really cool because we all invited our people. So I kind of just was way more. I don't know. I just spoke much more honestly. I think it was because there were so many people there that I didn't know, and I was like, these are not even really my people. I've got a few people in here, but and knowing that it's practice, you just really kind of speak from the soul and the heart. So it's really fun to do those things. And like Caitlin said, we're gonna get better. So how does that sound? And I can email this out. Story, what it's kind of like your story, and then tie that into challenge groups and how you run them now, and then how you lead your team and what it's done for you. It's always kind of like, here's what we do and here's what it's done for me. And then we can go, and then we'll put it in that group. I'll organize the group tomorrow probably and start inviting people. And then we'll say, we're going to go over some different things, and then have a live Q&A Sunday night for people who want to ask questions.
So Sunday, right? Yep.
It'd be great to do it monthly. I know like I always go through spurts where I'm like, okay, I don't have any new people, and I've kind of approached coaching already with people. So I kind of like to do them quarterly, but if we can continue, it'd be awesome to just do them every month. That'd be great.
Would be, wouldn't it? Yeah.
So, but it can, and I think anything, the more excited we're like, hey, our sneak peeks are bomb, the more inclined we're like, you should check out our sneak peeks and really see what we do, Because right now, we definitely don't have that confidence to just recruit and include people in our sneak peek. So I think this will help.
I think too, we could probably look up some other ones on YouTube and find ones that we like and kind of use those as examples.
Perfect.
That's what I'm going to do, because I haven't done one of these before. So
yeah, absolutely. The clearer you can be and kind of write out like bullet point. And I've done it where I'm not perfect and I kind of just speak from the heart, but it is helpful to have I'm sure she had something on her Post-it like referencing and coming back to, just so she had a clear outline, boom, 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 energy. especially with Facebook Live, but that's what makes it that much more impressive because you're being authentic, but then you're like, got your shit together, basically. Cool. So I'll get that together on Tuesdays tomorrow. Do you guys have any other questions? Do you have a good feel for who you might invite?
Yeah.
A couple, yeah.
Awesome. And we'll see. I mean, I'll invite the team so that they can really see how we do it. I think it's it's hard to invite people to these things. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it is something where if people don't feel confident, they can still lean on us. I guess I shouldn't write that off. But yeah, so I'll create the event. If you guys have any better graphics or better explanations, feel free. I mean, you guys are the leaders, so put that up there and we'll add to it. But you can go live in an event. So like, as you guys are seeing my screen, let's say create an event. Although I don't even know what it looks like from the desktop. Are you guys on your computers or your phones?
Computer.
Computer. We said 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it private or public? Crap. Might need to redo it. Okay, so you're here. Can you go live in a... I know you can go live in an event. I think it just has to be off your phone, obviously. Right? You can't go live off your computer, can you?
Try clicking on the camera thing. Oh yeah, I don't think you can on your computer for some reason. I want to say I tried doing that the other day, which seems stupid because I mean clearly we're on a computer right now, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Exactly.
Everything is mobile.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I say we just keep doing it, and I mean not too much, but enough to like, so it just is simplified and it seems second nature. And truthfully, if there are kinks, I think for me, and this is just personal experience, I found a lot of the people that I work with my full-time job or even doing this, they kind of work with me because of the kinks. Like they know that I'm just being me. Like there's no, like, I'm trying to be this person or that person. It's just me being me. The dinghy is included. You get that with part of your sign up. Sorry.
Right. Yeah, you're right. People can laugh it off and keep it real.
I was to Colleen Johnson's podcast, one of them about social media presence this morning in the shower when I always listen to podcasts. And she said like she has, listened to people doing live video, and when they sound like a news reporter or like a car salesman or something, that she's like, this is gross. I don't want to listen to this. This isn't who you are. Like I know who you are when we're out at coffee, but when you're acting like somebody else live, it's just gross. So that would like really resonated with me, how important it is to be yourself, even if you mess up, but to show who you are.
Right. Yeah, I agree. That's a good point. So I tried to go live in this event that I think I'm doing that. I'm always terrified I'm going to go live. on my
Yeah.
phone. You see it are you on your phone or? Is it funny?
Your wall. Should we go over there?
Oh, this is weird. Ugh. Okay, cool. So at least we know we can go live in. And so what happens? Have you guys done this before? Have you done a live?
Well, I've done live, but not in an event.
My head was on 3 different screens. Okay. So just so you guys know, this is something I sometimes forget. When you are done going live, save it. If you guys know what I'm talking about, there's a little save button, and you'll want to do that because you'll want to have that footage for yourself to either like share later, or if you have somebody who doesn't go into that group, you're like, oh, I'll just shoot you the video or upload it to YouTube, whatever, like repurpose these things, right? So I'm going to delete this. So I went live, and then now no one can watch it, so I could delete it. Cool. But if you save it, then you have it forever or whatever on your phone at least. So I'll get this ready. And I told Joy, my plan at least is to go through any challenge group I've done and invite anybody that has been super active. And this is something that's worked for me just as a coach. I'm going to reach out to people even if they're not my coach. And if they're one of yours, I'll be like, who invited you to the challenge group? Awesome. Caitlin's awesome. And then refer her back to you. And if it's not one of you guys, there's some coaches that just aren't active, and I'm not going to not take advantage of those people that need help and are interested. And that's something that, like doing with Caitlin and Julie did with me. And no offense to the coach above whoever, it's just you work with the people who are showing up, and why ignore them just because their coach might not be as into it, like business wise. So don't be afraid to do that. And if you guys need any help with that, please let me know. I'm going to start there, and then I'm going to continue to go through other ways too. But I'm starting there personally. And that's something that if you guys have any old challenge groups you've done on Facebook, that's a good place to go back to too. Because again, if people have been in a challenge group, it is so much of a smoother conversation. So what do you guys have going on in terms of people? Anything you guys want to share or have questions on?
I've started to just kind of open up my eyes to women who are leaders in their businesses or in their field of business, whatever it is. And I've really been like thinking, like, how do I attract them? Because they've already got it going on.
Right.
And that's why, and what if like fitness isn't, I don't know, like what if fitness isn't their main thing right now? Like, how do I attract them, and how do I speak professionally and confidently to them so they are like, maybe feel the same kind of thing like I did, like, wow, she's doing something cool, I want to be joining that, or how can I get my foot in the door?
Totally. If fitness isn't their thing, they probably need help with fitness or health, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they might not admit it. Like, you might not think that they need it, but you might be like, hey, you're rocking whatever you're doing. Like, you're super happy, super confident. How do you have so much energy? And what do you do with your nutrition and workouts? Like, I do that all the time. Like, what do you do? Because whatever you're doing is awesome. And then I really do try to find out more about what they've got going on. Like, if they're a leader in their job. And this is a good question to ask people, and I need to do more of this, and I try to do it. I'm like, what made you choose your place that you're working at, especially the age we're at? Like, I'm finding plenty of people being like, they've job hopped, or they have a vision for themselves as to what they want to be doing. And you can always revert back to like, but I could really use some help with my health and fitness, or I'd love to hear more about what you're doing, right? Like, you can go about it two ways. I mean, are you already doing that?
No.
Okay.
No, I feel like scared to ask those questions, and it's just like in my own head, I just want to get past that.
Everyone loves you. So whatever you say to them, they're going to be like, oh, Joy thinks I'm awesome. And that's awesome. Like, let's talk. Trust me.
Hop on your Teamsy, Joy, because that's how I was feeling too. Like, seriously, last week. And I know that sounds so stupid. Well, it was just last week, but no, seriously, they have some of the scripts in there that when I was looking at them, it's like, duh, why don't I just be like, hey, just start a conversation. I mean, don't even be salesy. Just be like, hey, I've been watching your stuff. I mean, it's really inspiring to see what you're doing business-wise, and just want to say thank you for keeping me motivated. And, this is what I do. If you ever feel like teaming up or trying something, let me know. But I just wanted to say that you rock, or, and that's kind of some of the small things I've been doing. And it's just starting conversations. And that's what Teamsy has helped me do, is kind of get out of that box, because I'm so focused on, oh my gosh, it says I have to do this many, connects with people. And I am such a bullet point hitter that when I had that in front of me, it kind of clicked, and I got out of the thinking, oh, they're going to judge me. And if they do, they're going to delete me on Facebook. Wow. It's just kind of getting out of that mindset.
I think I'm scared of the start. I'm not scared of the judgment, because I've been, people just stop talking to you, and I've had that happen, and I'm like, okay, whatever. But I'm scared of the beginning. So I need to practice that. Yeah. That's starting the conversation.
Easier each time. Now, all of a sudden, after just a few days, I'm kind of like, oh, whatever, let's do this. I'm excited to see what happens. Like, I just want to see what it can do and keep going. It's kind of addictive. It's not a good thing, maybe.
Yeah, I agree. Caitlin, I love what you said about how you're like your little script there. And like she said, she just rattled it off. She didn't have to be like, think about it. Like, she's probably saying it a million and one ways differently. But when you look at it, which is true in life, like, for example, Dwight's getting into real estate. He needs to be connected with realtors. He can't look at everybody like competition, or they're not going to be interested in the services because they've already got it covered. Like working together with people. And there's like, I have plenty of people who, you know, have been coaches and aren't anymore, but then, you know what I mean? Like the people that you meet, especially if they're powerful, just like any business, powerful as in empowered people, the better it is to know them. Because even if they don't be coaches or in challenge groups, they can talk about you, or they can. And that's Team Z, that one of the calls actually did talk about that. And I haven't gone that route quite yet, but if people really do rave about you and you have given them that experience, they're already going to be referring people to you. And then on top of that, if the business isn't good for them, it could be good for one of their friends. And if they're just not putting what their money where their mouth is and referring you, you could be like, I'd love to meet some of your friends. Could you bring some people to a class? Just encourage them, or socially introduce me to a certain so-and-so, whatever. So, and that's kind of cool, because you can become that Shailene Johnson, or that I have friends who are like, I would love to sit you down and introduce you to so-and-so. And it really just are people who know people. And that's what business is about. And now we're in that world to where that's going to be helpful. And you're authentic. So you're coming from a place of saying something like what Caitlin would say. They'd be like, tell me more about what you do. How'd you get into it? If they're, in my mind, if they're good at what they do, they will ask those questions.
Right.
If they're not, then they're just kind of scared or whatever. So, cool. And Melissa, once you go live, you'll get real. It's kind of weird because you're like, okay, I got to stay on track. I'm like looking at myself and then looking at the comments, but it's pretty cool.
I'm okay as long as I know what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
If I know what I'm going to say and I've practiced it a couple times, then I'm fine.
Hi. She's so cute.
She's darling.
Oh, rosy cheeks.
She's supposed to be in bed.
Yeah.
So cute. Like when mom's on the computer with her friends.
I was like, I started hearing these noises behind me, and I'm like, okay, something's going on. I looked, and she's got a lunch box and a blanket and
She's
all
ready.
the utilities a girl could need.
So cute. Cool. So why don't I'll probably create a little Facebook message. Is what Julie does. I'll put us all on a Facebook message and kind of coordinate a time, and then we'll shoot back information back and forth, and we'll plan on doing this. It'll be good.
Okay.
Good to go. And then Melissa, if you find any YouTubes that you love and really feel like are cleaning quests, just let us know too.
Yeah, share them. I like that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay, this will be so good. And it'll be really fun. Oh, and something to think about when I did it with my Facebook Live, whatchamacallit, mastermind group. One of the girls, I was jealous. She was so cute. She was in her holiday pajamas and she had like a little cup of coffee and she just made it really fun. So if we want to go that route, I think it would be even better. So bring yourself to the party. Or just be
Think
yourself.
about what to do.
I know. It was fun. It was cute when she was that way. And like I brought energy. I definitely was like way more than I ever am, but it would be cool to be, just, not a newscaster, but just make it fun to be there.
But fine.
Just have fun.
Yeah. All right.
You're confused why you can't hear them, huh? That sucks.
What are they saying?
Why is mom enjoying this? She's talking to herself at the computer again.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being on the call. I know it's late and it's a Monday and you guys are awesome. So this will be good.
All right, I'm excited.
Get excited. Okay. All right. Have a good night, guys.
Good night.
See you guys.
Bye.